Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ryugi here with another guide for all of you. This time we're going to be talking about our boy Trickster. I've been playing him since he came out, max P3'd him, all perks. I've been having a shit ton of fun on him. So I haven't lost with him yet, and I'm fairly confident in my ability with him, and this has led me to believe I can make a reasonable guide for the general idea on how to play him. At least one that makes sense to, quote, a novice or just a general player who's trying to get the hang of him. So let's go ahead and jump into it. His ability is called Showstopper. So he starts with 60 knives. He can throw them at survivors. He can either throw single knives, pinpoint accuracy, very slow, or he can throw a flurry of knives, reduced accuracy that gets a little better as the flurry goes on. And then the longer the flurry, the faster you throw the blades, but the slower the Trickster moves. Now let's go ahead and move on to the laceration meter. The laceration meter goes up every time you hit a survivor with a blade. The laceration meter maxes out at 7 blades, and upon the 8th blade hitting a survivor gets damaged for a health state, either healthy to injured or injured to dying state. When you hit a survivor with the 7th blade, an audio cue plays that their laceration bar will turn red so that you know that the next blade is going to damage them. Now if you hit them with enough blades, 20 blades to be precise, main event will become active for around, I think, 10 to 15 seconds, and during this window you have a small amount of time to activate main event. During main event you have unlimited knives, and you throw them extremely fast. However, your movement speed is limited and you cannot vault or break pallets during this. Now after main event concludes, you become fatigued and can't throw knives for a few seconds, and you also can manually cancel main event by using the same button you used to activate it. Now, let's go ahead and get into some clips about his power, showing specifically how it works, as well as explaining some situations where it works best, and then we can get in some matches so we can get hands-on and show you the real deal, how he works, in real time. So I'll see you guys in the clips. Alright, so we're going to start off with the very basics. Here's the laceration meter on the left. You can see it tick up for every time I hit them. It glows red and makes a screeching noise whenever the survivor is about to change health states. And then you can see the bar on the left, bottom left, increase for main event. And then when main event becomes active, you see it turn red. And then you get the indication around your screen, and you can activate it. And then you can see you throw knives very, very, very fast, and they can be very lethal if a survivor takes them in rapid succession. Alright, so one of my main strategies around him is that he's very, very altruistic punishing. I'm going to show you in this clip here and many clips to come that when you are throwing your blades at an unhooker, you can ramp up main event incredibly fast, so you can chunk blades into multiple survivors, increase their lacerations, down 1, maybe down 2, proc BT on another, get main event active, and use main event on another character. And this is the main strategy that we use through a lot of the games. He is very proxy camp heavy, but he is super rewarded for injuring and hitting multiple survivors that are grouped up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start by reviewing some of these clips that I talk about. So in this one, we down somebody near a loop, and then we happen to remember where the last people got unhooked. Because we procced main event, we carry our main event to where we remembered the unhook happened, activated main event, and profited off of it. And this is an example of what I mean by punishing altruism, holding your main event and using it at the most optimal times. So let's go ahead and jump into the clip. I figured these would be more useful than showing you kill your friends things, as these actually happened from my stream. I took the clips off. I'm going to give you multiple examples. That way maybe you can kind of start understanding the power that his main event has. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and hit play and let you guys enjoy this. Alright, and just like that, you can see how powerful our main event was. Let's go ahead and move on to the next clip. That way we can give you some more ideas on how this works. Alright, so this is another example of survivors being grouped up and close, as well as punishing altruism. So in this clip, what you're going to see is we're going to hit a bunch of grouped up survivors with our blades, and then we're going to eventually down one, and then we are going to carry our main event somewhere else while it's trickling down, activate it at the last second, and then punish the altruism of the hook. and I will let it play. That way it speaks for itself and you can understand what I'm talking about. All right, as you can see from that, if you watch the bottom left of the bar, you can watch the clip again. As we approached the hook, we kept main event. That way we could not slow ourselves down until the very last second. And you can see right before it ends out, that's when we activated. We focused towards the hook, and we just ass blast them with main event. And it was pretty much impossible for them to recover because we're throwing so many knives in their face. Let's go ahead and move on to the next clip with more examples. This clip is going to demonstrate us downing a survivor from a range, refilling, finding another survivor, using our knives to fill up our main event, as well as down them in an open area to where they don't really have anywhere to go. Getting information that a gen popped, carrying our main event to that area, and using main event to down very fast the last survivor. So like I said, once again, let's go ahead and play the clip. That way you guys can take in and see exactly what you're supposed to do and the things that you should be taking into consideration while main event is active, and paying attention to your surroundings and etc. That way you know where the survivors are, you know where to bring your main event, and you know when and how to activate it. I love you, Taco Cat, or Taco Rat. Thank you, I appreciate that. Now, as you can see from that clip, timing is super important, and keeping in mind that the generator popped, so I knew what direction the final teammate was coming from, is super, super important. You have to keep these things in mind when main event is active, because main event has a limited duration, and you need to know where the survivors are if you're going to get good use out of main event. All right, so I have one more clip to show you. Let's go ahead and jump into that one. All right, so this one's showing a general loop that a Trickster can throw over. We're going to be threatening him with our knives because we aren't able to catch up with an M1, but we could throw over the walls. And then we confirm it down by doing a mind game with our knives and an M1. And then we realize that we have a survivor in the basement. So we know that that is a super opportune time for Trickster. We go back to the basement to try to confirm and down them with our knives because that's what he's best at. And then we use main event to secure yet another down. And you can watch it all unfold. And just keep in mind that these are the things that you're going to be wanting to like micromanage while you're playing Trickster, and have all these things in your head. And all of these things together help you with your decision making. And while you might think that Trickster absolutely sucks donkey balls, you just have to keep these things in mind to use his power like to the extreme. So I'll let the clip play and let it speak for itself. Last one was over here. All right, and just like that, you can see how much value that you could be getting from this main event, from people going in for unhooks, hook bombs, people being grouped up. This is the Trickster's main like, you know, positive thing about him. So this is what you have to take, and you have to take it to a mastery level in order to be really good at him. And the best way that I could, you know, relay this to you is to show clips of me doing this from my stream. And you're probably going to see this in the gameplay to come as well. That way I can help you get a better understanding of my thought process as it's happening throughout the game. And hopefully it will help you, like I said, in your decision making. All right, so with all those little examples out of the way, we're going to go ahead and jump into a game. I'm not going to use too much like OP add-ons. I'm actually just going to put on extra carrying blades and easy things that you can find in your blood web, like decreasing the time before the laceration meter decays. You don't need anything crazy, but this is my build I like to use. I like to use barbecue, pop, ruin, and save the best for last. There's a lot of different other builds you can use. It doesn't have to be this, but you're going to need at least a little bit of gen defense because he is 110. And other than that, though, let's go ahead and jump into the game, keep that strategy in mind, and see what we can do with this guy. I will see you guys in the matches. All right, let's go ahead and start this up. We got Thompson House. So, obviously, the first thing you want to do, needless to say, is find a survivor. We spawn relatively close to this side, so they're probably on this side. But since we're here, we're going to go ahead and give it a look. See if we see a survivor right over there, sprint bursting across the map. We're going to go ahead and try to take him. We're going to try to get close to him. There is a pallet there, so this is a very weak spot. And he ran away from the pallet, so we're going to try to get him in line of sight before we chuck a bunch of blades at him. We're going to raise our blades and lay into him, since we don't need to M1 him like a normal killer. We just walk through the pallet, and we just keep throwing blades. Alright, let's see where he's going. It looks like he's staying here, which is a bad thing. And he's dead. Just like that, we got it down. We're going to go ahead and pick him up. And we're going to bring him to the other side of the map, where we think the survivors are. We're going to leave this pallet here for now, because we're going to want to stop gens. They're going to be over here. So 4 more blades and we have main event. There's probably going to be 2 survivors on this gen. It might pop. We'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to barely be able to stop it. We're going to try to conserve our main event so we can use it for altruism. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to smack this Fang. Actually, she made a big mistake. I was going to go back to the hook, but it looks like she's going to be an easy down. I kind of want to save my blade so I can save main event. We went ahead and dead-hearted. We're going to smack her down. So right now what I could do is slug her and go back to the hook, but I'm going to go ahead and do this for my early game pressure, and we're going to go back to the ruin gen and try to stop it if we can. It looks like all 3 survivors are over there. That's very good. Remember, we want to keep our main event in mind and use it at just the right time. We're going to go ahead and give her a smack. Looks like we don't really need to do anything right now. There comes the dead hard. We're going to try to mind game the pallet. We didn't panic vault, we just kick it. LT walls are very unsafe against Trickster. Against killers in general. There's a pallet right there, so we want to push her to the unsafe side of the LT wall. That way she gets this vault, and now she's in a lot less of a safer spot. We're going to go ahead and do a moonwalk here. She pre-vaulted it without even looking. But it doesn't matter, because she's not that great. Try to use dead hard. We're going to slam her on this hook, use barbecue, and try to figure out where our big boys are at. Alright, looks like they are across the map over there. We don't really have much info. We're going to try to get the Felix. Pretty sure that's who we just saw. Yep, there he is. We're going to actually throw blades at him because he's out in the middle of nowhere. And he's going to take a lot of damage here. Our main event is active. We're going to try to walk up to him and use it. See if he's paying attention. Walk through the pallet. Just like that, we have fucked him. He's very indecisive on throwing the pallet. Never feel afraid to walk through pallets, because survivors a lot of the time do not make good decisions. And you want to capitalize on the fact that some of them, you know, don't expect you to just walk through the pallet. That's just a general fact for all killers. That guy's on the other side of the map. So we can leave him there. Right now we have 0 generator progress and 4 hooks. 1 guy death hook. Right now we're doing great. Here breathing near us? Can't tell if she's up or here. Right here. Not a great spot to be. We'll go ahead and smack her down. We're going to see if anybody's going for the unhook. It doesn't look like it, so we're going to pick her up instantly. And I guess bring this guy to the basement. This basement is a death sentence. If we catch them going into this basement, it is going to be bad news bears for everybody running out of it. Alright. One guy's on the totem. This guy's going to come for the unhook. If we can actually intercept him before the unhook, this is going to be very, very dangerous waters. He fell. If she runs in for the unhook, I'm going to show you. Yep, here it comes. How dangerous this shit can be. We already got BT on him. We're going to keep throwing blades. We got main event. We're going to try to hold it. We're going to pop it here. Just in case. Alright. No such luck. I always pop it because you never know when you're going to get value. We see the Felix. Alright, so we actually blundered that by not getting the confirm down on the Fang. But that is A-okay. We will find her over here. Everybody is injured. Felix has to mend. She probably ran all the way to Killer Shack. Yep, here she is. He's in an open spot. We're going to go ahead and chuck blades at her. He's not going to be able to dodge very well. Just keep throwing blades. Alright, got her down. Barbecue will tell us where to go from here. Our ruin is gone, but we still have Pop Goes the Weasel. Alright, 2 people on Death Hook. 1 guy is upstairs, 1 guy is downstairs. Actually, 2 guys are upstairs. What we're going to do is, since they're healing not on the gen, we're going to get the guy who is on the gen. Try to stop as much of it as we can. If we can get an early knife, we will. That is a very safe pallet against Trickster. It doesn't look like he's running further, so we're going to not waste our time. Go ahead and pop this, and we're going to have to run this like a normal killer. And we are going to walk through the pallet, give her a little spank on the butthole. We have save the best for last, swing right through the pallet. We would not have gotten that without save the best for last. Alright, go ahead and yeet her on a hook. They're probably going to be upstairs. 1 guy upstairs, 1 guy going for the unhook. Since they're so far away, we're not going to go for the unhook. We're going to put pressure on this guy, and one of them's going to have to come to this side of the map. If we can down him fast enough, we can actually put pressure on her. We always come from this side to cut off the window. I actually don't see any running, so they could be here. Maybe not. I'm running into everything. There he is. Since he's in melee range, we're going to try to hit him with as many blades as we can. We can actually just pick this up and hit him. We're going to try to pop this and get back to the hook. I'm going to swing for momentum. It carries me just a little bit. Buys me slight more time. Somebody should be running in relatively. There you are. We have main event. We're going to pop main event on the hook. And we are going to try to knock this girl out of the park. Put the BT on her. We're going to cancel main event. We're going to maybe pursue her. We're going to vault. Oh. We are going to go back actually and pick up the Fang, who I believe is dead on hook. If that girl didn't have borrowed time, by the way, that would have been a full-fledged farm, and the team would have been annihilated. But now the girl is mending, and we have a hook. And I believe this girl is actually dead. She is. He's back up there. We're going to go ahead and grab some blades. Probably do the same thing to him that we just did last time. Since putting yourself up there is a death trap. We're going to come from the same side because we want to block the window. He's in the fucking same spot. Doesn't learn his lesson. He's probably going to take the window. We're going to cut him off. And we should be able to just down him right here. He's making not great decisions. Let us go ahead and smack this gen with a regular kick. Our pop ran out. We're going to do the same thing where we swing, get a little bit of momentum. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit dumb. Where'd you go? Come here, big boy. Pick you up. I have a feeling the other guy is going to be on the opposite side over there. But that's just a feeling. You know why? Because that's where the unhook happened. The Fang came. So, we'll see. He has flip-flop. Raise our blades. That's okay. We'll let him go. We're going to try to pressure this gen that I think that they're on. Alright, we currently have no information. We're going to check Killer Shack. Looks like we have found our survivors. Try to moonwalk here. Walk through the pallet. Probably get an easy M1. Yep. We're going to do the exact same thing we just did. We're going to do a double vault. See if we caught her off guard. I don't think we did. We're going to pull up our knives. She is not probably going to be able to get away. And she is down. We have main event, but there's nothing that we can use main event on. So, sucks for us. We can pop this gen, and they're probably going to finish that gen up there, possibly. We see where the Felix is. He's injured. So we'll go for the Felix. That guy's going to have to get off the gen. I don't see any blood. So we're going to go for this guy. Doesn't look like we were able to find anybody. Hey, it went on a goose chase here. I'm not going to spend too long looking around, though. I'm going to go right back to the hook. There's too many lockers here. They could literally be anywhere, so we're going to go back to her gen. If maybe Felix came back. Doesn't look like it. My mouse just flicked, sorry. I was having trouble gaining control of where the hell I was. Felix was the one who came for that. We're just gonna M1 him. Gonna pick her up, or him up. That way he can't get flip-flop again. He's gonna throw the pallet. Because he thinks that I'm not gonna vault the window. And I'm gonna vault the window. Pop her. We can pop Jen. It was a good effort. That would have worked against most killers. But I was already prepared for her to do that. We can go and pick you up. Find a hook for you, and that will be game. Like, I have no idea where you were. I feel like I heard. Hope I did not hear anything. I should have stayed near Killer Shack, because usually that's where hatch spawns. Alright, guess we'll go around the world, see if we get the hatch. And then if that happens, then we gotta defend the exit gates, yada yada yada. You guys know the drill. Oh, she's right there. I actually see the ship moving. The grass. We're gonna get close enough. They're going to lay blades into her. Running in a little bit too much straight of a line. Alright, that's game. GG. No beans, brother. And that is how you Trickster. He is a very fast-paced killer. You need to be quick thinking with his knives, and you need to be very accurate. It is very important to be extremely accurate with his knives. If you're missing all your knives, it's okay. Just remember, you have 60. Let them go. Let them go. let them go. Throw as many as you want. Yeah, he had the flip-flop. Alright, cool. Let's jump into another match and see if we can work some more Trickster magic. I'll see you guys there. Alright, Dead Dog Saloon. A little bit of a smaller map. The main building can be super much a pain in the dick. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can find out where the survivors spawn and go ahead and start laying some damage into them. There's a bird that just landed here, so we know they spawned here. We're going to try to hit them, get some save the best for last. Rolling. Smack Fang. There's another Fang we can probably smack. But this one actually is looking mighty tasty. Go ahead and down her. Is this one still hanging around? Can't actually tell. It looks like she is. Go ahead and swing and a miss, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. We're going to go ahead and knock her. We actually might even be able to commit. She's about to lead herself into the biggest dead zone she's ever seen. There's the dead hard, but it doesn't matter. We got knives. Go ahead and bring her to this side. Chuck a knives into her. He is 2 shot away. I'm going to go ahead and go this way. She is down. We're going to pick her up, hook her, and try to get some pressure rolling. We also have basement. Basement is so strong with Trickster. Alright. There's 2 Megs. We're not going to be able to know which one is the obsession without finding the obsession first. Alright, let's see where they are. I don't have any information on barbecue. Looks like we found them, though. We got them off. Somebody actually ran up to the basement, though. But we're going to see if they ran down. I think they did. I think they're going for the pickup on the slug. We're going to go ahead and try to push this girl off, then. See if we can get something rolling on him. We're going to hit her, and we're going to go to the basement, because I guarantee you that's where they're going. And this is where we're going to be able to farm off that fucking altruism baby. Wait, she just ran by me. She was camping in a corner. Though she actually did not. Yeah, now you're committing. That's fine. Now, we can farm that altruism. Thank you. That is that. Maybe the scroll went back to this. Yup. There we go. That is a very good use of main event, and now we are going to try to see if we can track down the last guy real quick. Probably over here. Unbreakable. Or Soul Guard, possibly. Random Tricker. Now you are dead. I got picked up. We are going to go ahead and refill. Pick up the obsession. Actually, they're healing over there. That's bad. Stop that. This guy might notice that we turned around. This guy didn't. We're going to chuck knives at him so he doesn't run away. We're going to run back in and bop him in the butthole. Now, she is going to run into the killer shack, and we're going to try to stop her. That's what I assume she's going to do. We picked up the obsession, which is to our left. We know that much. He is right here. We're going to try to push her so she can't actually get the killer shack. We vaulted super early. Maybe Lithe. We're just going to start using our blades here, because there is no way for her to escape. Bend down her. We're going to start hooking. We spent a little too much time slugging. And I don't think we're accomplishing anything, so we're going to get some hooks rolling. I thought I could capitalize and get a 4-man slug, but it looks like we are not going to be able to deliver on that. Let's see what we got on barbecue. Nothing. So they're probably nearby. We can go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup. Alright, looks like one guy healed himself. The guy got healed by somebody else. Like this. That gen went from almost 100 to 0. Not going to worry about main building for now. Go ahead and break this pallet. Got another basement hook, which is really strong. We're going to look around. We see them on the main building. That's not of interest right now. This girl is really fucking horny for this gen. So we're going to go ahead and break these so she stops coming over here. Very unsafe for her. I try to go back to this. He ran right into us. That was really bad. Down you. Commit to you. Slug pressure. I'm gonna try to catch up. We can't really do anything with our knives yet because she's holding tight line of sight. Now we might actually just M1 because of how close we are. And she did a little cute spin, so she lost all of her distance. We can go ahead and pick her up again. That's ruined, but that doesn't really matter. Put this guy back in the basement. They're gonna have to spend time picking the slug back up. I might actually drop her. That may have been greedy of me. Okay, we're fine. Save the best for last value. Okay, so you finally fucked off that gen. They ran this way somewhere. Hello. I'm surprised you kept going. Good job. They did a gen. Crazy. You have dead hard? I don't even remember. Let's go ahead and pick you up. Oh, might be dead. Second hook. What gen got popped? Oh, the one up top. Yeah, we don't care about that. Looks like this girl's given up on her team and she's starting to do the gen. She dropped from there to there. So we found out who the gen jockey is going to be. We're going to knock her out of the game. Take her off her little pedestal. As she feels so confident. Okay, we are definitely going to have to break this. Because it looks like we got a little cutesy who's going to hump main building. So eventually we'll catch her out of position, but for now we have to leave her alone. It is not worth our time at all chasing in here. We're going to pop a few of these. And then we are going to leave her the fuck alone because main building ain't worth it and there's not a gen in there, so she can go fuck herself. As far as I'm concerned. Like, these guys still are deeply in love with this generator. I broke these doors for easy access. Bonk. I can probably get some knives into you. Now we loot this. He is one shot away. Now we just loot this normally. We either M1 her or we throw a knife. Oh, she's dead here. And break this. Pick you up. Put you on this dank hook here. Alright. You are deleted. See you. We're going to let her have that gen because she is in love with that building. And we're going to go after the guys who are easier targets. Hey, sweet cheeks. Another very easy target for our knives. Actually, it looks like she's just going to keep bot vaulting. But we are going to get an M1. It's a very short loop, so we might not as well bother. Now we can dagger. We're going to chase her a little further and then raise our daggers again after she gets in an area where she cannot dodge them. There's one away. We have to be very careful not to miss here. There we go. Go ahead and hook her. Take our pop to the gen she was working on. And then I assume they're going to be on the water tower because I don't think that girl has the balls to come in this area. Obsession. I see what they're working on. I'm going to pop this one and then try to find that girl. One is injured, and I'm pretty sure the obsession is the one that walked off of the gen. I assume she's going to be the one that's like right here. She's probably hiding in this bush. This one right here. Or at least somewhere nearby. Yeah, who knows where the hell she went. Here she is. She was hiding. Alright, let's see how well she fares. If she was paying attention. Was. Don't worry, we were paying more attention. I didn't mean to raise my knife like that. This is actually a very bulky loop. So we're going to go ahead and raise our knives. We're just going to keep her here. That's our only objective right now. We are going to keep going. Went ahead and injured her. Nice, nice. We're going to keep chasing her. The tracker. Now she is camping pallets. You're dead here. Yup. Not so good at your non-main building, are you, sweetheart? I'm pretty sure she's my sack. That's why I wanted her so bad. And that was correct. Other girl's over here. I'm not going to bother popping that gen. I'm just going to go after this girl. She's somewhere over here. Might be trying to juke me with barbecue, but I'm pretty sure she ran back through the building. Of course, that girl unhooked herself. That's fine. We'll go back for her. He touches the gen, her DS activates, what I'm sure she's going to do. That's too tempting, right? We pop it right in her face to kill her determination. Pick her up. No DS because she was on the gen. That'll be GG. Hi, sweetheart. Hope you don't have power trouble. That would suck for me, huh? And there we go, a Dead Dog Saloon. We had a great start, not as great as mid-game, but we did give them a little bit of a chance to come back, so that is A-okay with me. They wouldn't have been able to come back from that if I didn't make the mistakes that I made, and if they didn't play as well when it came to picking up their teammates as they did. So that is on both of us. GG. Alright, boys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little generalized guide. Pretty much his power is really good for hitting people at very close range and continuing to throw blades. He is very good at punishing altruism, especially the basement. And his main event can be extremely powerful when you're doing that as well. And as long as you get those things down and you can hit your blades around loops, especially low junk tiles, he becomes incredibly strong. Other than that, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two from this. I hope all of you guys watching have a good rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever time it is, wherever you guys live, whenever you're watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the fog. Peace. Thanks for watching.
Softly